Hello and welcome to the President's Corner. I'm Dr. Paul Hutchins, President of Sampson Community College, and today I have with me a special guest, Ms. Susan Baxter. Susan is the Division Chair of the Education Programs here at Sampson Community College and is also the Executive Director of our Quality Enhancement Plan, which is part of our accreditation process here at the college. Good afternoon and welcome, Susan.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for having me today.
Well, I look forward to visiting with you a little bit, and this way providing our viewers an opportunity to learn more about a lot of great things that we're doing here at Sampson Community College. I'd like to start by asking you to share a little bit about your background, talk about how long you've been an employee here at Sampson Community College, and a little bit about your educational and work background.
Sure, I'd be glad to. So I've had the privilege of working here full-time since January of 2000. But before that, I did work here part-time, and in that role, I worked with the English as a second language, human resource development, and the GED program. So turning over to a full-time faculty was kind of a big switch, but I've really enjoyed it and have valued all my time here. Prior to working at Sampson Community College, I worked in both private and public education, and I've taught every grade from, well, every age from birth through college with the exception of 6th grade. So a very diverse educational background that I was able to bring with me to help prepare future teachers here at the college. Educationally, I got my undergraduate degree from California University of Pennsylvania in elementary early childhood education, and then I got a master's from East Carolina University in elementary education, and then I'm currently an ABD candidate, so I am at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, finishing my dissertation now.
Excellent. Well, let's kind of switch gears now, and you play two really important roles here at the college, one as a division chair and one as executive director of our quality enhancement plan. Can I get you to explain to the viewers what your role as the division chair is and the different educational programs that we have here as options for folks, and then talk a little bit about our quality enhancement plan, how we arrived at that subject to work on, and how we're doing with the QEP here at the college.
Sure, I'd be glad to. So the education programs have several departments within that division. We have early childhood education, which is for people who are interested in working with children from birth through kindergarten. And then we have a school age program for people who are interested in working with school age children, whether that's elementary or middle grades. We highly encourage the students in that program to continue their education to a bachelor's degree so that they can become a licensed teacher and work in the public school setting. And then we recently added the Human Services program. So my role as the division chair is to kind of oversee those programs, the faculty and the students that are involved in those programs, as well as the enhancements that we try to add through. We have something called pods, which are peer opportunities for development that we do, and they take field trips and extracurricular type activities. And then with the quality enhancement plan, that's part of our accreditation, as you had already mentioned. So when we renewed our accreditation, we had to have a plan that would improve students' learning here on campus in some way. And we got to pick the topic. So it was a really exciting time to be able to find an initiative that was important to our college and most importantly to our students and try to make a difference in their educational journey while they're here with us. So through surveys and a lot of stakeholder input, we came up with a plan that we call a VOICE, and a VOICE stands for Advising to Value Opportunities in Career and Education. And that plan's main goals are to help students get into the right major, the right one for them, not that there's a right or a wrong major, but the one that's right for them on their first attempt. So we've spent a lot more time on the front end as part of the admissions process, having them take interest inventories and meet with our counselors to hopefully get them in that right program, which is very beneficial for them time-wise, as well as the utilization of their funds to go to school. Once they're here, we try to provide a new student orientation for every new student so that we help them get off on the right foot. And we also try, as part of the plan, to have them take our orientation type class. A lot of people think of it as freshman orientation. Here it's called ACA, but we work very hard to see that all the new students take that their first semester. And we also try to work some with the advisors to make sure we're offering quality advising to the students, especially when they're brand new like that.
Well, and as students come to the college, changing their program code several times because of a lack of information or poor decision making, it can lengthen the time that they're at a community college, and that costs money when
Absolutely.
that happens. How has, and I know we're just early in the process of collecting data, but have we started to see changes in students changing their program code a less number of times, for example?
We believe so. It is going to take several years to have the full set of data, but some things that we are positive of is that students are taking new student orientation at way larger numbers than we used to. And we offer a lot more sections for them to be able to do that. And then the orientation class, we're finding that that has made a tremendous difference with the students taking that their first semester, and our data does clearly indicate that that's going on. So we everything's pointing in the right directions, that we're achieving all of our goals at this time. We're very excited about that. Excellent. But things like time to completion will take actually several years before we'll be able to really look at that data.
Excellent. Now, you mentioned as division chair, one of the new programs that you're very instrumental in having us start here at the college is the Human Service Technology program. Susan, could you talk a little bit more about that, and talk perhaps also about the employment opportunities that program might provide access to students?
Absolutely, I would love to. It's been a great program so far. We've had a lot of interest, and there are definitely, as you mentioned, a lot of career possibilities in the field right here in our county, which is awesome for our students and for our local community as well. Right now, the largest number of students that we have are interested in either working at social services, and then we have a lot of students who work over with Telamon Head Start, not as educators, but as family service providers. Okay. So they actually work with the family members. We've also had a great visit with representatives from the hospital that were interested in employing students that came out of this program to help with things like emergency room admissions when people come in and they might be in trauma and they need somebody with a little bit of a counseling background, not just solely computer skills to do intake. So we're finding there's also a need in mental health, and a lot of students have interest in the substance abuse area as well. So these are all great helping fields. So most of these students in this program have a desire to work obviously with people and to help them in some capacity. Currently, we've been able to offer classes day and night by using a hybrid format, and we're real excited about seeing the number of students increase. And just as fast as they're increasing, we're having people call asking, we need to hire folks, do you have anybody? We expect Excellent. Our first graduates in the spring, which is also very exciting. We've had the program for 2 years, and we'll have graduates already at the end of this at the end of the 2-year period, so we're Excellent. Really excited about it.
Excellent. Well, now we're going to pause for just a moment, and after these commercial words, we'll be back with more of this version of the President's Corner.
If you need help paying for college or career school, the Office of Federal Student Aid might be your best option. We offer more than $150 billion to students each year in the form of grants, loans, and work-study funds. And federal student aid can be used to pay for school expenses, such as tuition, room and board, and books and supplies. After you've filled out the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, you'll receive an award letter from each school you list on your FAFSA. This letter explains both the federal and non-federal financial aid options that a school is offering you. So let's talk about federal aid. If you qualify for and receive a federal grant, you won't have to repay the money. That will definitely help offset the cost of school, but you may still need additional help. If so, a federal student loan might be your answer. Remember, a student loan is just like any other loan. It's borrowed money that will have to be repaid with interest. If you plan to take out a loan, consider federal student loans first. Compared to private student loans, federal student loans often have lower fixed interest rates and offer many benefits that you won't find otherwise. For example, when it's time for you to repay your federal student loan, your loan servicer can work with you to find the best repayment plan for your individual needs. Plus, you may be able to adjust your loan payments based on your income. You also may be able to defer your federal loan payments, deduct student loan interest on your taxes, and even consolidate your eligible federal student loans into one loan with one monthly payment. Federal loans can even be forgiven based on certain types of employment. Getting a work-study job is another great option to help pay for school. Eligible undergraduate and graduate students will be able to earn at least minimum wage. If you have questions or need assistance, you can contact the financial aid office at your college or career school or visit studentaid.gov for more information.
Hello and welcome back to the President's Corner. Today I'm visiting with Ms. Susan Baxter, the Division Chair of Education Programs at Sampson Community College, and Susan also serves as our Executive Director of our Quality Enhancement Program, which is currently underway here at our college. Susan, now I'd like to move to another area that you have been instrumental in helping us kind of move forward here at the college. We've wanted to grow our enrollment in Career and College Promise students, which would be our dual enrollment students, students who are at their home high school and come and take classes either here on campus or online. And then in addition to that, we started, with your great work, a new program here at the college called the Gateway Program. So talk a little bit, if you will, about Career and College Promise, the great opportunities that provides for young people in high schools here in Sampson County, and also how we've developed this Gateway Program to perhaps enhance what we can provide to those students.
I would love to. The Career and College Promise is just, I think, such a wonderful program for our local county and city students. With the college offering them classes for $6.40 a semester, and that's one class, three class, whatever they can handle in their schedules. It's they're basically paying a fee, not tuition, and then the cost of textbooks. And several of the classes that they're most interested in do not even utilize textbooks, so it could become very, very inexpensive for our 11th and 12th graders around Sampson County. And this opportunity is especially valuable to those who may want to transfer, because these courses, if they take the transfer track pathway, they're guaranteed to transfer with a grade of C or better to any of the state universities, which gives these students a great jump start on their university studies. For those students who are more interested in one of our more vocational tracks, those same classes will be sitting here waiting for them at Sampson Community College or another community college when they finish, so that they can continue on the track for an associate's degree as well. So it's really a great opportunity to serve all students, whether they're interested in vocational or transfer type programs. We knew that this was a great deal, but we decided to enhance it even more, and we're real excited about Gateway, which is basically the transfer portion, not the vocational portion. And we're looking for students who particularly would like to transfer, but maybe know that right out of high school is not their best bet. Maybe that's to save money financially. But one of the things we also know is it also helps students to get into their first choice college or university, because they have better percentages of acceptance rates for transfer students than fresh out of high school. So we feel like a lot of our students might take a second choice college or university sometimes and not go where they really would like to go because they didn't get accepted there right out of high school. So we'd like to use this advantage of being a transfer student to help them go to their first choice university. We also know that a lot of our students in Sampson County may struggle a little bit from going from a small high school that might have a graduating class of some as little as 100. I think our biggest in the county has about 200 in the graduating class. So they're going from a very small group in a rural setting to sometimes some very large campuses with 27, 35,000 people undergrad at the campus. So that is a very, very big transition. And a lot of times they're just not quite ready for it. So this program also aims to help them get ready both academically and socially for that kind of a transition from high school to the university setting. And finally, as I kind of insinuated already, it's a huge savings. If they took full advantage of the CCP coursework while they were in high school, and then additionally came to our campus for 1 year to continue their studies before transfer, they could save as much as $34,000 in college dollars to just taking advantage of the program. So we are currently recruiting juniors and seniors for this year. Going forward, it will always start with the junior year. And during their high school years, they take advantage of the CCP courses. And then we also have evening seminars once per month for each class, juniors, and then again once per month for seniors. And those seminars are for the students and their families, so that cooperatively we can all work together to try to make sure that the students are on the best possible pathway. And then they would come here on campus for that 1 year after high school. During that year we have plans for job shadowing, a lot of help with determining which university is the right fit through some university visits. And then in the spring we even have a short-term study abroad trip, so they can determine if that's something they'd like to do on a whole semester-long basis when they get to the university. And most importantly, we're going to help them with the transfer process. We find that that's one of the big missing pieces that a lot of students just really need some help with. So the program will also assist them with that.
Well, I'm very excited about the Gateway program. I think it's going to be, over the next 5-10 years and beyond, one of the most instrumental things that we do here at Sampson Community College to really help the students in our high schools transition to an upper division university, because I think it'll be a much more seamless process for them if they choose the Gateway program. A little over a year and a half ago, we made the commitment here at the college to be better at working with our high schools in this county by placing an individual on our staff in each one of the high schools 1 day a week. And we call this position a career counselor, career advisor position. Mr. Perry Gillespie is in that role now and is doing a tremendous job in getting information to the students at the high schools about our CCP Career and College Promise course offerings, and also this Gateway program. And we're looking forward to some great things happening with that. Now, Susan, one of the final things I wanted you to talk a little bit about is another great initiative that you've been responsible at bringing forward to our Board of Trustees for approval just this past month in September, and that's the Lateral Entry Certificate. Can you talk a little bit about that and what kind of opportunities that provides for folks in Sampson County and perhaps beyond?
Oh, absolutely. So lateral entry is a term used for teachers who get hired in the public schools but do not have teacher licensure. And as part of the requirement of their job is they need to go back and secure licensure in whatever subject area they're teaching in. One of the ways that they could do that is to go through the Regional Alternate Licensing Center, and that center reviews their transcripts and tells them certain courses that they have to take in order to become a licensed teacher. Several of those courses are available through a community college, which obviously would offer great savings and the benefit of being local and in close proximity for the various teachers. A few of the classes must come from a university setting. So we were really excited to be able to partner with UNCW, and jointly we made a commitment that we would get on a schedule where every fall we offer certain courses, every spring we offer certain courses, every summer we offer certain courses, and that we would offer them at a distance so that we would make it as user-friendly as possible for our lateral entry teachers. So we're really excited about this initiative. We know that fortunately or unfortunately, right now we're seeing there's a lot more employability of lateral entry teachers. So some folks who maybe have wanted to get into education but that wasn't their background, the door is now open in a lot of cases. I know our city and county schools here in Sampson County both do employ lateral entry teachers, so this will be a good service for them. And as you mentioned, with it being online, it could potentially serve people outside of our traditional area as well. then one of the nice benefits of having the program is that these lateral entry teachers would not have to go shopping for classes at a host of different community colleges and universities and have to fill out applications and send transcripts, and at the university level pay fees. We don't have those here, but universities do. So we felt like it was a big benefit to help streamline the whole process for these valuable teachers that we want to stay in the profession.
So now we've moved that on to the state level for approval. Once approved by the state, we would begin offering these courses in the spring?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Actually, we would. It is one of the applications through the system office that's kind of fast-tracked.
Okay.
So we believe we won't hit any glitches, and we'll be ready to go in January.
Excellent. Now, if you have specific questions that you'd like to ask Susan pertaining to the lateral entry certificate, or perhaps education programs here at the college, or human service technology, career and college promise, or any of the other things that Susan works so closely with, Susan, tell them how it might be the easiest way for them to get in touch with you.
Sure. People can call me here at the college, and our number here is area code 910-592-8081. You can ask for me by name, Susan Baxter, or you can use my extension, 2502. You can also reach out to me through email. My email address is sbaxter@sampsoncc.edu. And of course, they can come on campus and visit me as well. I especially like meeting new students, giving them tours, and going over the programs with them if they're interested. My office is located in the North Building on the second floor in North 201.
Well, Susan, thank you so much for joining me for this edition of the President's Corner. I've enjoyed visiting with you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure being here.
We'll look forward to seeing you again next time on the next edition of the President's Corner. Sampson Community College. Begin here, go anywhere.